Hey guys, Night Ops here, and we are back with some more Hoi4, where we are playing the Old World Blues Fallout mod, where we are playing our Enclave Reformer playthrough as the United States of America. So last episode, I actually didn't know this, or notice this, when we were taking the Austin faction, like the Austin, Texas faction, one of you guys did bring up at the 21-minute mark in the last episode, there was a nuclear detonation on screen. I, for some reason, didn't hear it or see it. But I went to his marker and it was on screen and I just glossed over it. For some reason, my eyes, my ears, everything was just like, nope, everything's fine. Nothing happened. You're okay. And it wasn't against me though. It was against, I guess, another Texan faction, but it totally tripped me up. I was not, like, he said that, I was like, I have to go look at this. And sure enough, there was a nuclear detonation that I just didn't see it. So something I plan on doing to make this a little bit more spicy towards the end here is I'm going to declare war on all of the leftover factions right now and just kind of like let chaos reign for a second. So that's something I plan on doing here in a second. So like everyone, even all the little islands and just everything. Since we have the Annex War goal gets everyone, that's what we will be doing. Yeah. Let me know down below what faction, because right now I'm either thinking about playing House, Mr. House in New Vegas, or another faction that is creature centric. So that has to do with a lot of creature based stuff. Because I'm wanting to try to do like either robots or creatures, and Mr. House kind of sounds like it would be a fun playthrough. I'm wanting to not do another power armor centric faction out the gate right after this one. That's why I'm thinking about robots or creatures, which I feel like like I said, Mr. House seems like it would be fun. I do want to look at some other sub mods that have been linked and stuff that also look really cool, and I'm just gonna see if they kind of work. But yeah, let's get into this. We did do what national focus was it? Was it rebuilding the army? I think we started, which is funny because we're about to pretty much fight everybody, and so doing that right now is gonna be kind of kind of So that's all technology for like field medics, field marshals, stuff like that. Nothing that crazy. Sophisticated infantry tech is actually what I want here, though. It's kind of funny that you don't have this. Like, I feel like you should have some kind of negative modifier, and it kind of forces you down this. Because one of the main reasons why I didn't take this at the beginning, or like any other point, is because of the negative modifier. Because we didn't have the negative modifier, and we already got the sophisticated ballistics rifle. So it's not like we really needed crazy tech for infantry at this point because of that. So it wasn't like we needed to, oh, well, let's rush this to get here because we already got that early. That was a lot of my decision making, was that we did already have a lot of the sophisticated tech that was given to us, and so we didn't really need to go down certain things. It kind of made it a little redundant to hurt us for really nothing that would get us too much. But let's read this. The Army's request. Prior to the bombs, the United States Army was the largest army in the world, only contested by the Chinese themselves and the Soviet Union. With thousands of vehicles, missiles provided by production facilities, and advanced weapons, the United States Army of pre-war was a mighty beast, nigh undefeatable until the bombs fell in 2077. Yet even then, the army survived by and large, only fading away as the years waned after the bombs fell, some joining the Enclave, some the Brotherhood, and others going on to form their own settlements and nations. Talking about pre-war, I absolutely loved how Fallout 4 starts, where you're just in like your basic house pre-war, and then you actually see like the nukes drop and stuff like that. I think it would be really cool if there was maybe like a DLC for the game, or maybe if somebody's made a mod and then it kind of expanded a little bit on the pre-war area, and then it's like, oh, like maybe telling more of like a story of somebody else, like if they do this again, if they do that in the future, I feel like that would be awesome. But I feel like a lot of people also would want to just jump right into the Wasteland. But I feel like for people who really like the story side of things, because I think it would be like really cool to like say be a vault tech technician, be a vault tech scientist or something like that, that, you know, maybe survives the nuclear war, and then maybe, you know, you're playing as like a vault tech scientist or something. I don't know. I feel like something like that would be awesome. There's so many things they could do in the Fallout world that would work so well. With the army now reorganized into a more uniform structure and apart from the Air Force, an issue has been brought forth to the president. Douglas Granite and his closest military confidants on the Army's old insignia Army officers, in conjunction with protocols to restore the United States military, have put a request to use its old symbol on Army-issued equipment and vehicles in post-war era. Most of the officers present have argued both for and against it. Those for it suggest that by doing so, we could further acclaim to being the proper United States government. They also state that by doing so, it could boost morale among the populace. However, those against it have argued that using the old symbol is impractical. So this is the same thing we had with the Air Force when we remade the Air Force. Is impractical at the moment and could create confusion, given the vast amount of equipment and vehicles that were laid, scattered, and used across the wasteland or wastes by a variety of forces or foes. Yet, those for rebuke the other side, stating that other more greater threats such as Chicago present a risk that using the same insignia or other Enclave factions such as our Dark Mirror could lead to devastating consequences, especially given Chicago is the intelligence boogeyman of the Wasteland. In the end, it was up to Douglas Granite to decide, and after careful consideration, he decided that your request is granted. Let the army go rolling along. Wait, is that a free national focus? Because I think there was one that said that, right? But I think it was down here. Yeah, it was. It's this one. So I don't think that will give me that. In case people ask, no, this does not change the insignia. Oh, on the unit model. Yeah, so it's the same thing as the Air Force. This will defend. As the U.S. government was shrunk and downsized during the Great War, so too was the military. A power struggle developed amongst the chiefs of staff over resources, manpower, and favor with the president. While it is unknown what exactly happened, as most records went down with the rig, by our return in 2242, all that really remained was the army. The other branches existed, but were nothing more than pins or highlights on the uniform. Regardless, it was the army that led the return to the mainland. It was the army that defended Navarro, and it was the remnants of the army that arrived at Sierra Depot in 2275. As our operations expand, the army itself will need to relearn what was lost in the Great War, how to function and maneuver as a large-scale fighting force, and not a series of small-scale assault squads. Everything from mass production of weapons to the running of logistics. Of course, where to start is the question. So, completes focus, Little Blue Rock, completes focus, weapons training. Oh, okay, so this one gets us to choose one or the other, actually. So that's cool. That's what I was kind of hoping. So we get weapons training, which gives us a little bit of attack, stuff like that. So this just gets us modifiers all the way down the right side and bonuses. And then the left side gets us, like, training and tech. So we're going to go left side. I said Little Blue Rock. It's Little Blue Book. Jesus. Oh my god. If you couldn't tell, I just recently got up. I'm still drinking a Monster. I didn't fall asleep till like 5 a.m. because my sleep is all messed up again. And then I woke up at 1 p.m. So that's kind of great. Ooh. Okay, and we're back. Return of the Army. America without her soldiers would be like God without his angels. Claudia Pemberton. In the Army now. I am honestly surprised I have not heard in the army, like any of that, dude. I am so surprised I haven't heard that song. Like, it's honestly just crazy to me that I haven't heard that yet. Okay, I'm trying to think of how to do this, because I do need troops down here to take out Cuba. I'm just gonna get set up before I declare war on everybody.
This is Enclave maincom. This is Enclave maincom. Yeah, that's a no one.
It's funny because I also noticed in the kudzu overgrowth, I don't think we have any
Enclave here.
like roads here, and I think that's why our attrition is so bad, like so bad. Yeah, there's no roads. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. The kudzu overgrowth. Oh my god, there's really no really good way to get back in here other than down here either. That's kind of crazy. And I don't think we're going to get any markers for like military bases here either, because the army bases that you get are, god, what's what I'm looking for, are supply hubs. Dude, this is kind of nuts. I didn't notice this either. We don't have railways. But I can't remember if I took that mod off. I know we have infrastructure. But yeah, I'm not seeing any railways. I didn't think about that originally. I'll have to see if that mod's even working. The roads are definitely working. Or roads of the old world. That's how a lot of these roads are, you know, here. We have roads and stuff all the way up north. It's just this kudzu overgrowth. We have nothing. I didn't even realize to look at that until someone in the comments asked about why I haven't built any train tracks. And I was like, huh, you know what? I didn't think about why I haven't done that. And then I was like, let me look at this. And then it's like, oh, that looks awful. And yeah, one of the things that I didn't realize in the beginning, because everyone has logistics companies and stuff. And so nobody, like, they weren't running out of supplies straight away like they are now. Oh my god. There's like, yep. Let's look at the, I know this doesn't actually say chicken, because there's no K in it. It's like chichen, but I like calling it chicken. I'm surprised nobody has said anything about that yet, but I don't know. I like calling it chicken. It looks like chicken. Smells like chicken. It's chicken. Oh, I didn't notice that there was a impassable mountain here. Ooh, rocket ready. We completed work on the latest... Wait, I actually just thought about this. If I do a Mr. House playthrough, do I get this option here to, like, help them? Because I'm wondering... Because I was thinking about this. If I leave the Enclave Redux mod on, will the AI go with, like, Reformer or Purist? Like, will they have that choice? Like, will the AI actually play, like, how we're playing right now? With trying to, like, rebuild the United States and stuff. If I leave, like, that on when I change factions. Because I do kind of feel that's kind of cool. And then, but it also sounds dangerous. Because I'm also on the, I'd be on the border of the NCR, the Legion, and them. So that sounds like that would be a very rough time for me. But I really, like I said, I'm really thinking about playing a Mr. House playthrough, because I do sound like that would be awesome. I haven't looked at the national focuses and stuff for him, so I don't even know like how it looks like. I think there's a sub mod too to expand upon House in New Vegas's playthrough, but we'll have to see. So rocket ready. We've completed work on the latest model of the Delta X and trained its crew. The ship is standing by at Bloomfield, and the USSA director is awaiting the president's order to begin loading procedures and countdown to launch. All right, let's do this. Add rocket ready. And that's just an outpost established. Also, I don't know, because I have, because because I am using like the frontline AI. I don't know if this is actually working, but I've noticed that I think that's one of the reasons why I'm having a little bit of FPS issues here or there. I'll also be right back because I'm actually going to change, or I'm going to restart real quick to see if I can get rid of those black markers. So yeah, I'll be right back. You know what? That is so much easier than restarting my game, because I just thought about it, because somebody did say in the past that all they had to do was turn off 3D models. And I was like, let me test this. Instead of restarting the game itself, let me turn off and on 3D models like I'm over here flicking the light switch. And it actually worked. All I did was go to game options, turned it off, applied it, turned it back on, applied it, looked around if there's still some black markers somewhere else, like I had a second time with the Navy. Turn it off, turn it back on, they're gone. I didn't have to restart my game. That is beautiful. I need to remember that for like future playthroughs and other mods, because I've had some overhaul mods before where it has that weird model texture glitchy look thing. So that okay, I need to remember that. That way I don't have to spend time actually restarting the game and stuff. I can just turn off 3D models, turn them back on. Closing the front door. First and foremost was clearing the radiation around the front and surrounding areas, a task made difficult since Radaway tends to freeze in cold climates. After clearing that, tearing out the old door was trivial, and we even studied it somewhat to better reinforce it in the future. Putting it in was simple engineering task and was done within a few days. Much of it was thanks to the industry of West Tech Coast, and we were able to ship it out, and at last got the door sealed for the first time since it was blasted off. Oh, okay, I think this was that. Was this a base? I can't remember. I think it was the base. Whenever that was, and we just had to repair the door on it, funny enough. Like, we had to spend PP to repair the door. We've posted guards around, and the place is looking like an actual military facility once more, yeah. That said, much of the surrounding area to our most vital installation in the U.S. Central is a... I don't know how to say that. Menagerie. Menagerie of mutant monster activity, haywire rampaging robots in Colorado Springs, which is starting to recover from when Lannis's terror run through the region. Well, at least it's repaired. I need to actually do this too, instead of building all of this stuff first, because we do have so many civs. Wait. Never mind. I don't have to move them to the top. They're still getting built. We actually have free civs. Oh my god. This is actually crazy. Yeah, our industry is pretty much like impenetrable at this point. Let's actually do this too. Let's go to construction. Let's build some of these foundries, because we have these pre-war industrial facilities. I've also got to think of what my goals will be for other playthroughs. Because, like, you know, this is like reforming the United States, so it's like a world conquest playthrough. Technically, I say world because it's just North America. So, like, if I play House, like, what is my goal ultimately going to be? I guess I'll have to look through his national focus and see what kind of, like, my options are. And I'll have to make decisions from there on that. Okay, these are all artillery pieces. Are those roads, or is that actual railways that they're getting taken across? Okay. They're technically roads, which I guess is technically railways also. I guess they're technically both the same. It's roads and railways, I suppose. Great news, everyone. So we lose some water, but we get production efficiency and stuff. I don't know about that, honestly. Let's lower our division attrition, actually. That would actually help us over here with the kudzu. Ooh. Okay, these are just military bases. This is one of the reasons why you haven't really seen me, because somebody, like I said, asked about it too. Ooh, we'll read that one, because we get tech from that. With getting all these free, like, naval bases and military bases, we technically get free supply zones because the army bases serve as supply hubs. Naval bases will serve as like a supply route. So like all of our naval bases, like say if we build some here, we'll actually be getting supply from convoys up the river, which is actually kind of smart. I need to look at doing that too. So let's do naval base. And then we could actually build, like, let's say a naval base on this one here, on this little middle piece. And that will help transfer supply up the river for us. Same thing here. I could build one here. And then just do the road from here. Like that. And actually do something like that with it. I didn't think about that, actually building naval bases along the river. Fort Sill. As evidenced by the rusting hulks of artillery pieces around Fort Sill, the installation was home to the U.S. Army Field Artillery School in the post-war era. With tribal warbands, settler militias, and raider parties, one rarely finds professional standing armies, and none have proven capable of fielding artillery in large scale like we can. Even then, a very few would understand the finer points of artillery, such as ranging, deflection, and charge. But even in the fast-paced infantry and armor-power-dominated warfare that defines the post-war American wastes, artillery is still vital, aside that our demo teams can use the training and the vast quantities of artillery locked up, let alone the manufacturing capabilities can allow us to field artillery shells for our future use as we push east. It's actually kind of funny because I know... Oh, so we get missile artillery battery and artillery ammunition. That is actually awesome. Because I know the United States, like, we have our artillery barrels. I think we have, like, one of the last factories the Army actually owns itself, makes artillery barrels, because the technology used for it costs so much, and it takes so long to make per, like, artillery barrel, because the tech is so old that we're using in the factories, that it's just not... God, what's what I'm looking for? It would cost a private company so much to make them for us. And so the Army, like I said, fields its own.
This is Enclave main comm. Why isn't your video feed working?
Okay, I need to put some troops on here before I do this. But I need other troops is the issue. And I don't know why are not a lot of these guys moving up that way, or are they moving up that way?
Enclave here.
Okay, they are. Okay. Because I was getting a little confused by that, honestly. I don't think I have any extra troops right now to put over there. I could move some of these guys, because it's not like I really need all of these guys here now. So I could technically take some of these guys off this front. I would need at least 2 armies to do this. It is going to be kind of fun, though, fighting Cuba out at sea, because I'm wondering, I really want to know how big their navy is. And the nice thing is, once we take over more of these ports over here, it'll give us a lot more range to also deal with the navy that they have over here. Which I also have my navy. So I'm needing to... I want to combine all of my new naval ships and stuff, too. See, I'm pulling guys off this front here for that.
That's a no one.
Wait, did it? Oh, it didn't. I hate that it did that.
Working.
It didn't redistribute troops,
Who the hell is this? The
so that kind of
president?
sucks.
Who the hell President?
So it literally took all those guys over there and didn't redistribute the front. I'll keep some of you over here for the time being, actually, too. Return back to this front. Oh my god, that's happening again. Hey, looks like we're getting some of those roads built. I see some supply coming back to these guys. Marine gunners. Rebirth of the Marines. After the Great War, the military was downsized. Much like the rest of the government, branches were nothing more than pins on a uniform. With the Army taking the lion's share of roles, the Air Force was reduced to piloting vertibirds, the Navy operating what few ocean craft were left, and manning the automated systems defending the rig. From anyone approaching the Coast Guard was all but dissolved. And the Marines fought tooth and nail to survive. Many of their numbers served alongside the Secret Service, acting as grunts on special missions. Others were in the likes of Granite Company, who were the primary defenders of the rig. President Douglas Granite remembered hearing the stories of Granite Sr., and he himself always felt he held a connection to the few and proud. It was his distinct honor today, as the headquarters of the former 1st Marine Division, announcing the reactivation and expansion of the Marine Corps. In an evolving process, Marine detachments will be parsed out to active units in the field to develop Marine tactics in a post-war wasteland. These units will gain experience needed to form cadres of future Marine officers and NCOs that will eventually form the backbone of the Marine Corps. They're few, but they're proud. Let me go up, over. So the few and the proud. So we can restoration of the Marine Corps. I need to get the sophisticated infantry tech because we kind of need some other stuff to research. So we're going to go this, and then we're going to go back here. Because this is 40 days. Yeah, because we'll have a lot of research that'll pop up during that time. But we will come back to the few and the proud. Because it's not like we really need the Marines at the moment anyway, because we're still fighting the Chicans down south. And then once we actually go to fight Cuba, that'll be the case then. Okay, so we do actually have roads and stuff down here. Okay, I didn't realize that we did, because I was like, I don't see how we're not pushing as quickly as I hoped. But given a lot of this is probably jungle tile. Okay, there we go.
Enclave here.
I don't know, it seems like when I do the restarts, though, it lasts longer, that it doesn't do that.
This is Enclave maincom. Outstanding. Yeah, that's a no.
Okay, he's pushing across the strait there. Let's go and build some more foundries, I guess. Might have to do a test to see if I turn off the front line mod if my FPS will come back, because I feel like with the amount of, like, factions we've, like, murdered at this point, that our FPS should be coming back, because there's less troops being fielded by enemy forces. Yeah, can you guys just... Yeah, I was saying, can you guys just walk through the last of this kudzu over here, please? That'd be great. Yeah, this kudzu's taking them forever, but hey, it looks like we actually... Oh, the naval base over here got built. And so that's helping them with supply there really well. So we have T-51B PA power armor, which is 20 breakthrough, 10 soft attack. Yeah, it's okay, so it's better than our XO1 power armor currently. The question is, though, we're making like 40 of these a day. Do I want... You know what? We have 50,000 in stockpile. I don't know. Do I want to change it out? That is the question. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, we actually held a lot of retention on that. I didn't even realize what our retention was. That's actually kind of crazy, honestly. Let's just build a bunch of these foundries everywhere. Oh, we still have more civs. Oh my god.
The fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Okay, that's just an Air Force base. Yeah, 'cause we're currently sitting on like 14 FPS right now. And this is why I went to test the mods before actually putting them into the collection, because if I'm having kind of like FPS issues, if it is from that, then more than likely everyone else will be too. I don't get why it's this bad, though, is the issue. Okay, surely constructing more power grids, because that should add a lot of them. Should help. Okay, a new city. Restoring NORAD. Oh, okay, so we repaired the door. Now we could restore power to NORAD. Let's look at... Wait, launch the rocket. Wait a minute. United States Space Administration. Oh, this is the Delta X rocket. Oh. So we could launch it. Let's see, we have 5% chances for a lot of stuff across the board. Oh my god. Let's launch the rocket, honestly. And then we could spend a bunch of money to prepare another rocket. That's actually awesome. Oh, okay, so we could prepare artillery barrages. Yeah, I like the... Wait, can I use the nukes here to make this go faster? I guess technically they're not attacking stuff. They're kind of just cutting through it.
Why isn't your video feed working?
And I just realized these guys weren't actually having motorization priority. That's kind of rough. Oh. Wait, powerful musculator? Is that like powerful muscles? Oh no, that's the research. Okay, I thought we got something from this, dude. I was like, wait a minute, what? You hear that? So this is from the Delta X thing. Our astronauts are reporting strange noises being picked up through their headphones and audio systems. It's a mix of music, barely discernible radio chatter in various languages, and a series of static interruptions, as if someone is changing the tune. We can only assume that what they're picking up is the sound of post-war world, the countless radio signals being transmitted from across the globe, pre-war radio stations still on loop, old military installations still sending out distress calls for rescue that never arrived, and even post-war signals broadcast by survivors in whatever corner of the world still hosts and the embers of civilization, mutant or otherwise. They've been here for centuries, just no one was in the right place to listen. I do wonder what lies beyond our shores. That's actually awesome. I like that. I like that a lot.
Enclave here.
Okay, I need to delete this line since we technically kind of finished that out now. Also, I don't need this many guys, I don't think, cutting through the kudzu. So let me take one of these infantry groups. You are going to be coming over here.
Enclave here.
I'm going to take another one of these infantry groups. I could just leave this area kind of open because they're just going through... Well, no, because I have roads and stuff here now. Because technically I could just put these guys like here, rush down this and this, and should pretty much be able to take them out fairly easily, I want to say. But I say that, but then a lot of the stuff that goes on with some of these guys is like impossible, it feels like, to knock them out of the fight. Like some of these people just fight to the very last man. Okay, we'll leave the 40 dudes left here to finish pushing through that. That'll also help with supply on the front, taking those guys off the front line like that. So I'm gonna wait till they get to the front here, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna pop the wars on everybody. we're just gonna go through and declare on everyone. Dude, I can kind of imagine what my FPS is gonna turn into. Defensive armament, offensive armament. Let's go offensive armament. Additional plating. Let's go with CQC tactics. Yet the fall of Chichen Itza. After a bloody campaign, Chichen Itza has been pushed all the way to Yucatan Peninsula by the United States of America. With its capital falling earlier today, bodies of soldiers from both nations' armies covered the landscape around the ziggurat as the United States of America forces slowly but surely pushed the front lines deeper into Chichen Itza territory and ultimately its capital city. The Itzan government extensively drafted any able-bodied man and women to fight off the invaders, hoping in vain that superior numbers would be able to turn the war in their favor. The United States of America command hopes the capture of the capital would further demoralize already flagging Itzan soldiers. Clara and their security detail narrowly avoided capture by the United States of America Special Operations Forces, managing to flee to the coast. It is thought that they have crossed either the Gulf of Mexico to the American South or to one of the many island nations in the Caribbean. But the United States of America forces were unable to pursue. Regardless, it is presumed Tihun Clara will soon need to return to the mainland to negotiate peace for the Itzan people. Orange is the sun that sets on the Itzan Empire. That's kind of cool. So they're just going to sit here and keep fighting, aren't they? Colonel Edward falls ill. It seems like they are just going to sit here and keep fighting. Their leader ran and just was like, okay, we're out. You guys keep fighting to the death. One thing that sucks is I don't have as many troops on this line anymore. Oh, nope. Okay, these guys are actually heading over to it. Good. Oh, this all became one line. That's why. I see now. Walk into that so we don't have 8 divisions going towards that, sitting all around it. Okay, are you guys prepared? Pretty much, yeah. Okay. Oh, and you said these guys are front lines.
The president? The fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Oh, they're looking at this one. I see. I guess technically I don't need all of these guys everywhere.
Enclave here. Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
It's gonna be like a logistical nightmare at a certain point. At a certain point, this is just going to be, like I said, a logistical nightmare. I don't have anybody on this border. Oh, actually, there's no strait going across here, so that's fine. Okay, let's do this. Available war goal. Declare war. I just got to make sure I keep building up roads and supply hubs throughout the kudzu, or we're gonna have issues fighting on the East Coast. I'm wondering if, like, base game, too, if they'll actually join factions with each other. So I know, like, base game, a lot of the times, once you declare war on so many people, if they're not in a faction, they'll usually join whatever faction you're also at war at or with. I like how they say Cult of Corn. Chicago Enclave. I am the real America. You are nothing. And there goes Cuba. Some small island countries down there. Puerto Rico. The Marines are going to have some fun time island hopping out here. Haiti. Dominican Republic. Oh, yeah, there goes the other enclave. Whoops. Oh, it's these guys. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, because I saw Magic Kingdom. I was like, is the Florida Enclave calling themselves the Magic Kingdom? Because that would have been hilarious. We're going to be fighting a lot of navies all at once. Because all of these guys' navies are about to deploy against us. We're about to have probably a lot of naval battles. The Petersburg guys are pretty big down here, too. I say that like we don't own half the country. Okay, we're already at war against them. Nope, okay, we still have some more people here. It's kind of annoying that it keeps going back to them, even though I'm already at war against them. I guess because I didn't actually use that annex goal. And they just ended up joining through the faction, so I have an annex goal against them while I'm already still fighting them. How many more factions are there left? Like, small or big? Okay. Seems like not many. Okay, that's everyone. We are at war against the rest of the world now. Let's do this. Oh god, look at all these. Let me save real quick too, because I should have saved before doing it just in case. I already know my FPS is probably about to take a oh. Okay, third battle of Bull Run. It is well the war is so terrible we should grow too fond of it. Robert E. Lee. So we are at war against everybody now. We have some of our first naval battles against Cuba going on right here, which we sunk one light destroyer. Oh, hey, we sunk. One of our ships is called the Lucky 13. Oh my god, we have a lot of damaged ships. I did not realize we had that many damaged ships right now. Oh, we just dude, we just smacked them as they came out of their port right there. Destroyed 3 medium ships and 4 light ships. I actually want to rename. I forget. Can I rename specific ships? Yes, I can. I kind of want you in your own now. Oh no, I pulled everybody. No, I don't want you all. I just want one of you. Stop it. Oh, okay, wait, there's just one of you left. Okay. You're gonna be convoy raiding. And you're destroyer, so you're gonna be... You're a Greyhound. Greyhound! We are on the hunt, Greyhound. I recently just watched that again, and I absolutely love that movie. I know it's not technically like... It's not based on a real story, it's just based on like what actually kind of occurred during... Oh, we don't have an admiral for him though. No, you know what? Okay, we'll bring him back in here, but he'll serve on his own like this. This way we can keep track of him easier. It was just like based on what actually happened to him. I did not know this though, but like the maritime merchantmen during World War II, they had a higher death count than like naval men did and stuff, which made me laugh because it was also seen as like a lot of people saw it as kind of draft dodging, because if you didn't like for the draft, if you didn't join the military, a lot of the times they would join the maritime, which
This is Enclave
something I just
Recon.
didn't something I did not know
Why isn't your video feed working?
until I watched that, and I was like,
Say
huh,
that again.
let me look into this. And they fought for like so long to even get like benefits, and then finally I guess a judge ruled in their favor that they could get benefits and be considered like veterans of the war, which I can kind of see that because like I said, those guys were dying pretty quickly. I think it was like 1 in 20 something, I believe, whereas the Navy was like 1 in like 140 something. Because we finished infantry school, so we get that tech now. And we're gonna bring back the Coast Guard also. But yeah, let's do the few and the proud. Okay, we should be able to have, yeah, buddy. We have full coverage now that we have these ports here. Perfect. Let's send out some power armor prospectors. Now, I wonder how that's gonna work when we play as House. Is it going to be like robots instead of power armor, or is it still going to say power armor as prospecting? So I'm going to kind of be sad if that's like the case. How are you guys actually looking over here? Not bad. Cuba is actually putting up a decent fight down here. Like I said, the only thing that sucks really about this mod are the templates for the AI are kind of bad. Like, are kind of rough. That's why I was kind of hoping that the AI divisions mod would actually work, but I just don't. I'm gonna be testing it on a new playthrough once we finish this playthrough, and seeing if it changes the AI divisions at all. Ooh, we sunk a lot of Cuban ships there. 25 convoys too. That is crazy. I'm a little sad that submarines aren't a thing in this. That is something I am actually kind of sad about. The NCR, oh, that's a ship called the NCR's hub. I was like, huh? So we're finishing off Honduras down here. Taking out a lot of the Navy here. Mostly a lot of these island nations. I'm assuming the Navy of like the Enclave and stuff up here just can't make it down here. But I'm assuming a lot of these Florida guys. Okay, yeah. You can see a lot of their ships here. Yeah, they're actually joining together their navies to fight me, because technically they're allies, but they're not in the same faction. Yeah, so they're not joining the same factions, but they're technically fighting together in some areas. I thought for sure these guys would have a larger navy, to be honest, because how long they've been on the coast and stuff. Oh, they only have 7 naval dockyards producing ships. Well, that's an estimate, because it's 67% intelligence. So they have roughly 7. They have 113 factories, though, producing equipment, and then 4 on air. So they're actually they're looking more for a ground battle than naval battle, apparently. What about Cuba? What is yours looking like? Because I feel like you would have to do more in naval. So you have 18. Okay, so you have 18 dockyards in naval production, with 64 in ground, 17 in air. See, they're actually pretty well-rounded, Cuba is. I'm kind of surprised by that, honestly. Yeah, so we're sinking ships in a lot of areas. Oh, okay, that's just these guys. Oh, so that's who that was, because I was trying to figure out whose flag this was. So Santo Domingo Legion. Where even is this at? Is that somewhere over here? Okay, there's the Suex. Because I'm just surprised to see their ships all the way down there. Like, all the way down. So, like, we took them out here. They've got to be small because they're only, like, one victory point thing. Because, yeah, the Suex is here, so we took them. They're not up north. Unless they're, like, down here and they were actually in a faction with them. Oh, they are. Okay, yeah. They were this little island people here. So we didn't even have to naval invade them. I guess they were just in a faction with the Suex is the only thing I can really think of. I don't know, that's weird. Oh, we took out these guys' navy. So the ships that we sunk was the only ships of their navy. Already, okay. Rocket ready. We've completed work on the latest model of Delta X and trained its crew. The ship is standing... I thought I had that paused. This is just a town expanded. The ship is standing by at Bloomfield, and the USSA director is awaiting the president's order to begin loading procedures and countdown to launch. All right, let's do this. And then let me do this again. Yeah, I feel like restarting would usually last me the rest of my actual playthrough. So it seems like this is just a temporary fix if I do it in-game and still keep it in-game. Because I think what happens when you restart, the game technically resets your graphics, like the graphics models. And so that's where I think that's how that does that. And I forgot to go over here to infantry equipment so I can grab some of these other infantry equipment. Ah, wait, that gave us sophisticated, but it didn't give us intermediate because we still don't have intermediate tech. So we still can't go up this way in intermediate tech, but we can go for the new assault rifle, the max assault rifle here. And we should be able to research this now, right? No, the mass driver is considered intermediate and not sophisticated. But we have sophisticated now, so we could take the M72 Gauss if we had the mass driver. Oh my god. Okay, let me see real quick. Where is intermediate tech at for infantry tech? Is it... Because I feel like it's funny that we got sophisticated here, but we don't have any intermediate infantry tech. Oh, man. Okay, enter. Okay, that's just integrated. So I was going to try to search intermediate. Let me just do infantry tech, actually, because that'd probably be easier. Okay. This is still showing here. I don't know why this is still showing, because I'm not seeing any infantry tech there. Army procurement. That doesn't give infantry tech. It gives infantry research. No. Oh, maybe it's because of the word tech. That's for segregation, though. Yeah, is there not something on that? Let me just do infantry, then. Is there really something not on the tech tree that's going to give us intermediate, or I say tech tree, but on the national focus tree that doesn't give us intermediate tech? Infantry tech? That's kind of wild that it gives us sophisticated, but it doesn't give us intermediate. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, so the Marines are about to be back. Ooh, do I request this 15 infantry from you guys, or do I just manage subjects? Ah, you're like right there. I only need 591. Okay, let's send you another lend-lease of crap. That's why they're making a bunch of infantry, because I've given them so much infantry. Let's give you guys, like, what? How much? I have 14,000 of the XO1 power armor right now. Let's give you 5,000 of it because I'll just get it back anyway. Wait, is that only 0.16? Okay, let's just cancel that. Let's just do this. What do we have a bunch of that technically just isn't even ours? Wait, that doesn't actually give us anything, though. Huh. Is it because it's just, like, considered garbage that we're giving them? It'd be kind of funny if the game could kind of realize what's garbage. Oh, apparently, I guess. Okay. So we have, how many of this? We have 13,000. Let's just give them 5,000 Brahmin carts. Minus 600. Okay, that should be enough then. Send. So I guess that's possibly where I messed up before, was I just gave them a bunch of crap and they were just like, not happy about it, I guess. I just offloaded junk to them. I'm waiting to see if they'll actually naval invade any of my coast. But I also don't know if my navy is, like, holding them off from being able to do that. Because it's kind of seeming that way. Like, we're sinking a bunch of stuff. Oh, somebody actually recommended a mod also. It's not like Fallout, but it's the, God, I can't remember what it's called now. It's like something divided. I think it's like Nation Divide or something like that. It pretty much splits all of the states in the United States as different factions, or like different, yeah, pretty much factions. And then you could pretty much, like, you know, fight as a, like, your home state and stuff. I thought about doing a video on that too, because I feel like that'd be awesome. Outraged Rangers. While visiting the Arizona Rangers Memorial in Tonopah, many Rangers were outraged when they saw the self-proclaimed Ranger Major destroying their beloved monument dedicated to Snake and the numerous other Arizona Rangers. They quickly drew out their snipers and took aim. Others, such as Dukes, whipped out sleepers, taking aim with eyes of fire. I don't know what any of that is. It was only after General Weston arrived that things cooled down, but the Rangers are still far from being happy. Many are demanding Fakery to be removed from his self-proclaimed command of the Rangers, while also demanding due compensation for the destruction of their beloved memorial and having to put up with the dumbass for days. Have an accident occur. So have fun, Dukes. Leave traces if you wish. So Ranger Major retires. They will have to make do. Ranger Major is the real rank. Get over it. Yeah, just retire him. I don't think I'm using him anyway. Yeah, I'm not using him. Let's grab... oh, wait, no. Infantry. Because I need to go towards that nice assault rifle over there before I forget. We're fighting through Honduras right now. What do we have here? Just a bunch of convoys that we're chasing down. We sunk like 9 convoys there. Oh, here we go. Restoration of the Marine Corps. It is my great privilege to preside over the activation of the first Marine units in over 200 years. Those were the words spoken by President Douglas Granite today at a ceremony at Marine Corps Base 29 Palms. As he presided over the activation of the first standing Marine Corps unit. It's funny because at some point earlier I said 21 Palms. And I think I did that. I think I did it because of 21 Jump Street, funny enough. For some reason in my brain, it just kind of did that. But I made the joke in the comments that the nukes took out the other 8 palms. So it became 21 palms. Core units since the Great War. Much of the new Marine Corps are to be made up of the Marine detachment that have been serving alongside the Army counterparts, as well as aboard naval warships in the past few months. The president spoke at length that it was his hope that these units would go on to represent America, not only at the forefront of its return east, but also abroad in future missions undertaken by the United States to explore the post-war world. For now, however, The Marines are to undertake missions across the North American continent, acting as an in-between of the rank and file Army infantry and the powerful, power-armored backbone of the American military. At the same time, Marines will still be attached to Army units to assist in operations and stationed aboard ships to provide assistance in gunnery. Duty, honor, semper fi. So add technology, Marine Corps. So we got Marine Corps 2 from that. That's actually kind of cool. So we had Marine Corps Tech from the first one, and then fully bringing it back about the Marines gave us Marine Corps Tech 2. So now the question is that a full unit, or is that just like an attachment that I can add to a unit? Oh, nope. We actually have a full... Oh, yes. Okay, we're actually going to do a... So you have Marine demo teams, Marine infantry, Marine fire teams. That's actually really cool. I like this. So let's do... We're going to make a full Marine unit. Oh, they're not... Okay, they're not considered special platoons. Oh, okay. So unlike the base game, they're not considered a special forces cap. That's kind of cool. I dig that. So technically, you could just have a full army of Marines if you wanted to. I should attach some slant tier cavalry troop to the Marines. That'd be hilarious. But no, we're going to actually do something like this and just absolutely bulk them out. 78 org is actually still good. We could still attach a Marine detachment to it too. So you can attach Marine detachments. Oh, that's a missile artillery battery. That's actually kind of cool. I totally forgot about that when we got that earlier. Let's attach power armor unit to them. Let's do vertibird medvac. Heavy AA. I guess artillery battery, fire team, anti-tank, recon. Am I making dogs? I can't remember if I threw dogs on here or not yet. Okay, I haven't. Let me throw some dogs on here. I know I was doing death claws. And somebody said that it was a part of the Special Forces stuff, but I don't see it. At least, like, when I go to my Special Forces tab. I'll have to look through the research real quick, too, because I just kind of remembered that. Okay, let's get some cyborg doges in the Marine Corps. And I might actually hold off and do that one later, because I might attach that to them, too. They'll be the first unit that gets these missile artillery batteries, funny enough, also. Dang, they still actually have really good org. That's kind of crazy. Oh, it's doing this. Come on. You know, that's not annoying at all when it does that. There it goes. There it goes. The Minutemen Missile Launcher. Oh, there's the Securitrons that we got from House since we, like, annexed his companies. I think it was H&H is that we took from him. Where we got those. Let's just poop out a bunch of these. Dude, that is crazy. The amount that we can produce right now is nuts. Okay. I kind of want to go War Machine for these other stuff too. No, let's bring back the Coast Guard also. Since we're doing like a lot of naval stuff right now, we'll also bring back the Coast Guard. Jesus. Okay, roads. Okay, so we're still building a lot of the roads out here. Let me attach this down south. This way, a lot of my convoys can just use these roads too to supply this whole area up here. And then let's do this and kind of build these roads out. Let's kind of connect to this here. Supply hub. Definitely the logistics companies that I'm putting in these units are saving us hardcore. Like, for sure, they are saving us right now. Let's do, like, level 3 on all these roads. Can I connect? Okay, so we do have a little connection right here too that we can do, like across. So that's perfect also. And then we'll do one here. Because this is going to be like to our detriment. Like we need all of this. Ooh, actually, let's do this too. Let's oh, we already have a naval base here. Well, we'll build another one here then. How's this actually going over here? Oh, it's going good. I had a feeling we'd start doing some surrounds and stuff since we're coming in 2 different areas of attack. And then we're raiding legit all of their convoys, so they would, yeah, they're getting attrition because of it.
This is Enclave main com.
Take this port, because I think this is the only port that they own. And so once we take this port, they have no way to fall back. Because I don't think that's a port right there. No, it's not. So if we take this, all of these Cuban troops are gone. Yep.
Who the hell is this?
Yeah, there's nothing they can do now. They can't get away.
Enclave here. That's a no one.
Start pushing this way
This is Enclave main com.
so that we can take these guys out too. Just take them out of the fight.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we have some more naval over here. Seems like they have a lot of navy coming this... Like, we're fighting a lot of naval stuff in this section over here, too. Oh, that's these guys' navy. That's actually a cool image. Are they AI also? I say AI, but are they robots is what I guess what I should say. It does look like it. Yeah, they are robots. Huh. Okay. Super mutant behemoth. Let's research this. Get that going. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, what is this? The basement. Another secret of the Enclave is there was a plan to restore the United States without releasing a modified virus into the air. One that involved the most advanced robots of the day, the calculator. However, those plans failed, and now we know why. Evidence from the wreckage and battle near the complex showed the Brotherhood of Steel launched an all-out assault on the complex, bent on destroying the calculator once and for all. Suffice to say, they accomplished just that. Most of the calculator systems are damaged beyond repair, and the code work for them wiped from existence. It could take decades to restore everything, and that's if everything works out in our favor. Thankfully, the base's nuclear power plant is still functioning, and we've managed to get it back online. However, the robots that were once stored here are gone, and likely never to be repurposed. Damn it all to hell. You gotta love the Brotherhood. Ad Victoriam, brother. Let me see what options I have going. Okay, we're gonna launch the rocket again. Let's arm some more mini nukes. And then restore the operations center. Oh, was that for NORAD? I didn't think about that. I guess that was for NORAD, right? So we can do the operations center now. Oh, I think that's supposed to be Chrysler Motors is what that's supposed to be based on, but it's called Chrysless Motors. That's funny. I like that. I see what they did there. I see what you guys did. Shoulder-mounted machine guns and then demolition weapons. Red glare rocket launchers for 120 days. That's fine. We take both of those debuffs. That kind of hurts together, honestly. But I want to see what kind of stuff we get. And then let's repair another turbine on the Hoover Dam. Let's expand slipways so that way we can get more ships out quicker. Let's get some more PP here. Let's just spend some money investing in these cities that we're taking that are coming back online. Perfect. As we're just still constantly pushing through this kudzu. Oh, is there... There's no way through over here. A lot of these rivers. So we have to cut through this up here and then head down if we want to head towards Florida. And then up here... There's actually no straits up here either. Then how do I get across this? Do I have to build a port and then naval invade across it? That actually looks like what I have to... Nope, okay, there's a strait up here. But then that even cuts this off. I have to go here through the through the pit, and I just hiccuped. Jesus. I'd say probably the easiest thing for me to do is just naval invade across this at this point. And then build a port on the other side. America among the stars. The launch went off without a hitch. After reaching stable orbit, the astronauts proceeded to perform a number of scientific tests that, while a boon to the USSA and the growing space community, is of little use to the government. Thankfully, the crew is reporting nothing out of the ordinary, and they are settling in for their trip around the globe. I'm gonna laugh if they come across aliens at some point once we keep doing this. Once the orbit is complete, they'll land the rocket at a pre-designated landing zone where they'll be recovered by the Air Force and returned to civilization. A successful mission. I'm telling you, they're gonna see the mothership. It's gonna happen. God, did I really want to replay New Vegas? Oh, I like how when we deploy the red team, it just hits everyone across the board. It hits all of our enemies we're currently at war at. That's actually hilarious. I like that. That's cool. That's a lot of red team people. Okay, so let's prepare another Delta X rocket.
That's a no one.
Okay, I need you guys just to push through this, please. Keep doing your thing. Honduras, I need you to fall already, please. These fighting through these mountains is getting annoying. Oh, command navigation program. That's actually really cool for the Securitron. So we have like more upgrades that we can give them, and then you can actually see the other Securitrons that we can build here. So I'm guessing House would be able to get these upgrades, like these extra ones. I'm really wondering what his thing looked like. I got, oh, there's Liberator robots, and then Freedom Prime. Ironclad Colossus. That's supposed to be like an AT-AT? That is crazy. I want to know who gets these. That is nuts. But I'll grab this research just to have it. Why not? I'm just out here like 100%ing the, oh, this is naval dockyard output. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh. Oh, it doesn't have an image. Okay, that totally tripped me up there, honestly. I didn't think I was researching anything there. I thought that was a free slot. Oh, yeah, dude, look at this big surround here. It's gorgeous. Whoa. Old Orleans, where is that at? Is that up here? I'm surprised none of this has fallen yet. Old Orleans. I was gonna say, we haven't gone to Florida yet. Oh, it's right here. Okay, it's this. But I was like, that one island fell and we didn't even, like, take it ourselves. Oh, okay, there goes the Coast Guard. I'm see if it pops something for the Coast Guard. I'm not seeing anything, though. We could do some Minutemen stuff. Actually, let me continue through all of my infantry stuff here to remake the army. God, we have so many good options. It's funny because I kind of feel like I've just blitzkrieged this stuff a little bit. Ah, we have the Commonwealth stuff too. Okay, let me take this so that way we can learn some more stuff about these things. This is in Caesar's Legion territory. So let's look at doing that. I feel like that'd be kind of cool too. Oh, yep. Okay. Return of the Coast Guard. I will ensure that my superiors rest easy with the knowledge that I am on the helm, no matter what the condition. USCG, Surfman's Creed, always ready. Honestly, you know, a lot of people make fun of the Coast Guard and stuff. You know, I'd say a lot of the branches make fun of each other in general. But, you know, the Coast Guard does have a very important job.
Your video feed working?
I was wondering why this hasn't fallen yet. Because you guys aren't actually pushing it. Like, come on, fellas.
Fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Do your job.
Ah, that's a no one. Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Okay, so they're still pushing across.
Enclave here.
They're still pushing. I know I'm probably gonna need a lot of roads up here, aren't I? Yep. Oh man. It's not looking too bad yet, just because everyone has supply hubs. Or supply logistics, God. I'm needing to make supply hubs. You always want to spread some out too, just because supply hubs don't always, like, you don't want to put too much into one like supply hub. I love how there's a lot of supply hubs around here, but there's no roads connecting them. Let me actually upgrade these too. I usually do like a basis of 3 normally. I guess at this point, we have a lot of construction bonuses. We wouldn't really have to do just 3, realistically. Oh, wait, we have a bunch of roads already down here? No, okay, that was just me doing that. I see. I see. Aki. And then let's put one here. And this area does have some. They're just really crap looking. Like, what? Like, this whole area is not even connected right here. Oh, it's connected by a port. I see. Well, I want to connect it by road, too, so that way we can have a capital connection going. So that way we can actually have more supply. Because as you can see, like 131 out of 27, this supply hub's being worked to death right now. Okay, and then once all these supply hubs come online, that'll help out a lot too. Okay, we have roads all through here already. Okay, good. A lot of that's getting built out. Outpost established. Perfect. You guys are actually looking good now. I think we got a lot of your... Oh, yeah, we got a lot of your supply issues fixed. We're still building up behind you as you're going, which I'm going to still, like I said, build some more supply hubs and stuff as they are going through this. Now...
Why isn't your video feed working?
I will be adding a lot of you guys back to your front, though, because you're going to be spreading out like crazy over here. Wait, what group are you? Oh, that's this group. Whoops. Okay, yeah, I need you guys to come back over here, then.
This is Enclave main comm.
I think our Navy, for the most part, can keep them off our shores. So I feel like we should be okay with that.
That's a no one.
And then, yeah, these guys are just finishing this out here. God, it's kind of rough. Like I said, there's no straight going across this. We have to go up and around. The nice thing, though, is I could do ports around this, too. I could do naval bases. Oh, it's currently in the kudzu. That's why. But I could do one, like, here. And then I could do one, like, here, since we have this area. And that'll help us a lot, also, with getting supply. Because we can just do it through convoys. Also. Perfect. Beautiful. Yeah, I did not realize all of this was actually cut off. Like, you'd have to naval invade across the river to get across most of this area. That's kind of wild. Deathclaw Ferocity. I actually forgot to look at the creature stuff for this, too. Yeah, like, that's what I don't understand. Like, we have Deathclaws, we can make them, we just can't put them in a unit. I would love to attach Deathclaws to the Marine units. That would be crazy. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm just going to do like test. So this is a duplicate of this special forces one. So let's update. Okay, it's at the bottom. I'm going to remove everything from this. Because I want to figure out this Deathclaw stuff here. So now there's nobody here. The tech that we got for it was an auxiliary Deathclaw unit, though, was the thing. Unless did I just miss that? No, okay, that's just straight robots. That's kind of cool. It just shows it as a medevac image there. Oh, you actually can't save it as a blank template. I didn't realize that until now. Okay, let's look through. Because I am so blind half the time, dude. I miss stuff so much. But I feel like part of it's because I kind of feel like I have to rush it because I feel like I'm wasting time sometimes. I'm bad about that when I record videos. Is like a lot of times I feel like I'm just wasting time and I need to push through quickly. I just wasted a bunch of army XP, but that's fine. Because we have a bunch anyway left over still. Because I need to find this. I just did the one special forces since I was told it was a special forces thing. Somebody else who looked it up also had said that you have to do it through like the files, but I got the tech for it is the issue. That's why I'm like, why can't I do this if I have the tech for it? Is what's killing me. I think it might just be a bug. It's probably why we're not seeing it. Oh, we actually finished out our entire doctrine tree here, so that's cool. We need better vehicles. Tech. Oh my god, we're hitting the point where we have nothing else to really research until we can get some other stuff up. I clicked the wrong one there. Okay, there we go. Dude, we are like raiding around Cuba like crazy. What I could have done too was actually just border their troops over here and I could just keep killing off their convoys. Dude, what? The St. Petersburg guys have like 100 convoys here and we've sunk 22 here. Dude, how many convoys do you have, St. Petersburg? Dude. We just caught... Dude, we are killing so many convoys in one go. That is nuts. I think these are our better ships, too. I think that's why it's going absolutely crazy. Yeah. Is our aircraft carrier built yet? No, it is not. It'll get there, though. It'll get there. We'll get our aircraft carrier. Because I need it. I want to see what happens when we take out the Dread Pirate. Okay, where is the aircraft carrier on here? So, February 23rd of 2288. In 4 years. 4 years. People's Republic of Iowa. Okay, so Iowa's gone. I'm kind of sad because I just realized I've noticed a lot of this is empty territory. Some of it's not though. Like these guys aren't. These guys aren't. Some of these aren't because of the map filler mod. Because like Rust Belt mod and stuff like that isn't all updated, which does suck a lot. Huh? I'm so confused. I just attached you guys right there. Why can't I do this? Okay, there we go. I was so confused for a second there.
Enclave here.
New Prussia. That's kind of funny. Okay, we have guys there. Actually, come down here and finish off this kudzu that's down here for me. That's offensive armaments. Let's go with... Let's go grab the advanced power systems here. Rebuilding, is Caesar out of the 4 states Commonwealth? Caravan companies, prospectors, and travelers hoping to make their fortune in Arizona desert all wonder the same thing. Is Caesar out of the 4 states? While the U.S. Army has claimed that the Legion was completely destroyed in battle, reports of ambushes by red-clad marauders deep in the desert would suggest otherwise. Regardless, the Legion threat has been stopped. A deluge of pioneers from entering these new untamed lands. Many have also turned their sights to Utah and Colorado, hoping to make contact with New Canaan and explore the legendary Dog City. The federal government has expressed the dangers involved in venturing too far into the frontier and has asked that any and all individuals interested in making the journey check in at their local records office before leaving. If you thought the Mojave was hot. I like how it says that. Okay. I want to look around real quick, see what else we have. Because I'm probably going to take the other reconstruction ones. Because these reconstruction ones are going to give us good stuff. So we need... Oh, wait. Can we take DEF CON now? For that? I'm trying to find more story-based stuff. Because right now, there's really nobody that can hold a candle to us, honestly. Take new officers and stuff here. That's actually kind of good looking too. Shock troops, no. Not gonna lie, I kind of forget where DEF CON was. Which once we kill everybody too, we could just do we could continue with rebuilding then also. The waste and like going through the story stuff. Okay, let me just search it. I remember there being a DEF CON one. I just can't remember where. Okay, there it is. We still can't take it. Okay, so we're still waiting on NORAD to get restored. I see. I see. We still have to wait on Nia's. A broom. I don't know what those ones are, honestly, though. We need to fund the EPA also, so we need Director Cole's active. We'll take that here in a second once we take some of these. We'll finish some of these off. Let me put the EPA guy in command or in one of these. Where is the EPA dude? I think he's under one of these. Okay, where are you? No, it's the USDA, Department of Agriculture. Oh, there he is, EPA director. Okay, so we'll throw the EPA director out so that way we can do some... Take that also. Ooh, Jesus. Where do I have your buddies at? Okay, they're all down here in the south, taking out Honduras. Let me move you guys, I guess, up here. And I'll actually have you spearhead into Florida. Because that sounds fun. Let me turn off 3D units again. Turn them back on. Okay. Dude, Honduras. Like,
Why isn't your video feed working?
fall already. Jesus.
Who the hell is this? The president?
They're fighting to the end, man. Well, we don't really need the justify war goal on us, funny enough. Because we're already at war against everybody. War crimes. Punish the troops. The amount of times I've had to read war crimes already. Oh, that's funny. Our naval guns, or our big guns are actually being brought up to the naval ports we built up here before. Okay, let's extend these roads up like this. And then just kind of connect them all like that. That way I can do something like this. Put a hub here, put a hub there. Put another naval base all the way up here. And then same thing here. I'm going to put a naval base right there. And then we'll connect to this here too. Perfect. Rocket. Oh, up New Prussia. Rocket ready. We've completed work on the latest model of the Delta X and trained its crew. The ship is standing by at Bloomfield. Okay, yeah. Oh god, okay. Vault 69. Love that's Vault 69. Okay, let's launch this rocket now and see what we actually get from launching this rocket. Okay, and then let's just go through all of these rebuilding stuff. That's gonna be so much reading, but it's gonna be so much fun because I do like learning about what actually happened around the Wasteland and stuff. Let's establish another outpost somewhere.
Holy shit!
Oh. Crew got turned into ghouls. I'm serious. A navigation error had them pass too long into one of Earth's Van Allen belts. Within a matter of seconds, they were blasted with enough radiation to kill a man 4 times over. Instead of the sweet release of death, however, they were ghoulified. Skin flaked off, hair fell out, and they have the raspy voice of ghouls are known for. The USSA director has terminated the mission. A decommissioned team or decontaminated teams are standing by to retrieve the Delta X that still leaves the crew. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, they're mutants now. Kill them. Oh, God. Dude, that would be crazy. Oh, Jesus. I wonder what's, like, causing the ghoulification. Because I feel like, you know, is it so much radiation all at once that it doesn't instantly kill you? It just ghoulifies you? Or is there something that's going on with people's genes and stuff? Like that the radiation changes, like in this timeline, is what I'm wondering. Has full control of Project Purity. Oh, so to do the crisis motors. Secondary radar array, so we need what? Okay, so we just need something there. Oh, hey, the operations center is almost done for NORAD. Oh, prepare a new rocket, because I do like those little events going into space. I dig that. I'd actually like to nuke somebody also. Might nuke Cuba when the time comes. Because they might be the only ones left standing by that point. With them being island nation. Main operations center. It was there that we were alerted of birds in the air. On the fateful October morning in 2077, it was this very command room at 09... I thought I was paused, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, pause. Where was I? That confirmed that nuclear strikes on American soil, destroying much of the West Coast. It was here where we knew the old world has ended. Even as what would become the Enclave rejoiced on the oil rig and elsewhere, here dozens of airmen and their officers watched helplessly as lights representing American cities flickered and died, as billions of lives were snuffed out in an instant. A few of them are still in their seats, holes in their heads, pistols still in their bony grasp. Others lay dead near the door in a desperate attempt to get out and see loved ones once more, but died from radiation before the bombs that struck Colorado Springs. Jesus, that was something that was always kind of crazy in any of the Fallout games. If you find like any pre-war military bunker or installation, just seeing the amount of like bones, dead people in chairs, trying to flee, some of them in compromising positions. It was always funny seeing skeletons with like plungers up their skeletal rears or something like that. I always loved seeing like just skeletons in funny positions. I'll say that. We've been so focused on reclaiming the United States, so busy returning America to glory, we didn't stop and look at the remains we have been sifting through. It's a bit sobering. There is a story here, a somber one, of the men and women who watched the world end and could do nothing to stop it, helpless as the hubris of the old world ended everything. The ravages of time have made identifying who is who difficult, but we will identify them through the duty duty, they're supposed to be duty logs, not duty longs, and what we can piece together from their uniforms. We will give them a proper burial and a monument detailing their names. So what I'm wondering too, I feel like wouldn't these bones be like dust by now? Or would the radiation have coated the bones and kept the bones alive for so long? Because it's not like, these skeletons fell into oil or anything. Like, they're in bunkers and stuff. But, over 200 years, I feel like these bones would be dust, right? Huh. They watched the world end. My God. Okay. Oh, this gives support equipment and stuff. Bonuses. Urbanization.
The fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
The Horgans. Okay. You know what I forgot to do? Forgot to start training on these. Wait, we need armor for the Marines? I did not know that. What? Wait a minute. Marine armor. Yeah, I did not know we needed armor for the Marines. Oh. Do we have enough scrap metal for that? I guess by now we do. Well, I need a bunch of marine armor as quickly as possible. This way we can just kind of get that going too. Ah, who was it that I had? Crap. Okay, go here. Push through all of this. I think a lot of this is just filler factions. Yeah, unoccupied wasteland. Some of these actually have names though, but some of these are unoccupied wastelands. So once we get about here, we'll actually start seeing enemies, I guess. Ah, that sucks. I can't wait for all those mods to get updated, man. Because it'd actually be nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Operations in Omaha. It's almost hard to believe that Omaha was even hit by the nuclear bombs. Well, bomb. The survivors of the Great War considered themselves to be the last true pure Americans. They have been crafted man. They have even crafted man super soldiers to assist them in ruling over Omaha with an iron fist, ensuring that lesser people are kept out. Or worse, where have we heard that before? Sure, their priests, the so-called man-made angels, gave our troops hell. Is there a game where it shows these? I would like to see what these are. I'm assuming they're robots, because it says man super soldiers. No, maybe not. I guess they're probably genetically modified. Wait, dude, those images of those guys in those pods, Jesus. Sure, their priests, the so-called man-made angels, gave our troops hell when we entered the city. Nothing that couldn't be handled with a proper application of power armor, firepower, and airstrikes. Didn't help. They hadn't faced a real war in some time, but that's not the real shame. The real shame we had to preserve or destroy a preserved and rebuilt city. But the Stars and Stripes is flying high over Omaha once more. An interim government has been installed to try and figure out how they are going to run a state that is mostly locked behind a massive wall. The former members of the order, stripped of their ranks, protection, and every last priest dead, are wailing how we've destroyed civilization and the last pure Americans. Perhaps we should show them Golgotha? So we get 2 infrastructure in Omaha. Wait, why do they need slaves? The Secret Service took out the Gatling guns guarding the reservation with a few fat men and overran the facility with minimal Enclave casualties, and its secrets were revealed when we stormed a room labeled the Green Chamber. The vats contained humans with bloated stomachs and was dead silent. Slaves for a baby's cry, or save, wait, what? Save for a baby's cry. Somehow the ghouls had created a ghoul baby. One of the ghouls claimed these tests would ensure a future for ghouls with additional refinement, but most find using humans as brood mares to be horrific. Some of the ghouls pled for us to spare their youth and claim that they could reproduce on their own. We'll strip the facility, obviously, but what do we do with these ghoul kids? I guess spare the children? So we lose stability. We gain 2 civs and 3 building slots. Kill the monsters. We gain stability. Oh. Dang, okay. So this is kind of crazy. So they bought slaves to use as incubation chambers, pretty much, to produce ghoul children. So these ghoul children can produce on their own. Also, they can produce ghouls of their own. That is nuts. That's a cool looking chamber, though. I guess spare the children. Why not? We wept when we remembered Zion. We may have liberated the people of Utah, but its inhabitants don't seem to act like it. Many associate us with the Enclave purists who aided Caesar, and before the Great War, the United States government cracked down on Mormonism due to their opposition to security protocols. To Mormon eyes, we are occupying a people who have been set free since the Great War. As such, new Canaanite guerrillas kill our brave men and women, fanatics who quote the words of Joshua Graham and swear to carry the fires of the Holy Spirit until they stand before the Lord of Judgment. Although we've promised that the First Amendment protects the Mormon faith, we have to do something to hold this troubled land down, especially if they're like killing our people, man. Oh, so I see what happened. Ah, so we've had this in the past when we first took over it, and we took waging war against good people is bad for the soul. We never took them out because I remember getting this option before and I didn't take it. Ah, crap. It sounds bad, but we're going to keep having issues from them, like they shall tire before we do, and we lose manpower. But I feel like it's just such a bad thing to do, like just murdering them all. You know what? They shall. We'll do that. They'll tire before we do. Wolverines. When we heard of the lands of the Doshu Lu and the Hexilu, we expected that they were Chinese escapees from Boulder Prison, or maybe from some other internment camp from elsewhere that we really didn't care for after the Great War. Kind of like the Shi, but homegrown. Well, turns out they were more like the Shi than we realized, as both nations were remnants of a Chinese special operations force deployed at the onset of the Great War to wreak havoc in America. The subset destruction of the world by nuclear bombs means that their mission ended before it could start, and they had no contact with commies in China. Of course, that didn't stop them from being ghoulified, trying and failing to recreate what they considered true communism on American soil. Guess a series of disagreements over the past 200 years or so years meant that they weren't all too successful, having been pushed around by the Iron Lords, the Hand Dogs, and anyone else who decided to pick a fight. Dude, when those mods get updated, these guys sound like they'd be a cool faction to play as. Well, what do you know? Even now, communism doesn't work. But guess what? American democracy does. Thunder over the Pacific. Commie ghouls, they'll steal our rockets. I can't believe No Bark Noonan was right about them. Why are you in my office? Kill them. A thunder over the Pacific. I'm gonna go with the what do you know? Communism doesn't work. It's gone to the dogs. Denver is a special case in the Wasteland, not the least of which is because it... What? Which is because is a city, Jesus, okay, overrun with dogs. While controlled by the Hand Dogs, they never controlled the city itself. Instead, they roamed the outskirts while the city itself was overrun with thousands of packs of wild dogs. Despite all this, there came a distinct salvage culture or savage. Yeah, this is salvage culture. Oh, okay, so they are salvagers. I thought it said savage at first, but no, it's salvager or yeah, salvage culture. These salvagers formed a relationship with the hand dogs that changed somewhat with the arrival of Caesar and more or less ended upon our arrival. Thankfully, we were better equipped to handle things than tribals, salvagers, or the Legion. Killing these dogs wouldn't be a problem. It's just that those packs of feral dogs are all ran by cyber dogs, and they can get nasty. Thankfully, we managed to get our hands on the old shutdown signal from the Denver PD and neutralized all the cyber dogs and brought them into our employ. All that was left was to send in the army, sporting power armor, air support, mechanized units, and itchy trigger fingers. We've managed to clear out large swaths of this so-called dog city. That would be a cool faction to play too. Dude, just playing as like a cyber dog and just having like a bunch of dog units and stuff. Already, salvagers, settlers, and caravans have made for the legendary mountain city, while some are still calling it Dog City due to the old maps and parlance. We've been enforcing its real name, Denver, on all official papers, as well as on official documentation as the state government reasserts its claims on the old capital. Now, if we could do something about the smell. So it just changes the name to Denver, and we get 1,000 units of American cyber dogs. Dude, that's a lot of cyber dogs. Jesus. The one free man. During Lannis's conquest of New Mexico, his cohort came into the conflict with the Lambda tribe, the remains of the old Lambda research facility from the pre-war days. Expecting an easy victory, the cohort was instead beset upon by an enigmatic figure known as the Free Man, who killed anyone that tried to stop him, waging a one-man war against the cohort and the Greater Legion, as much so that the image of the crowbar struck fear into many a legionnaire and was seen as a bad omen among their troops. It is said even Lannis himself feared the Free Man, thought that one might be more legend than fact. Those stories persisted among Legion slaves we came across until we arrived in New Mexico, and the Free Man began assisting us in combat. His exploits seemed impossible even in our own reports, and now that the Legion is defeated, he's wanting to join our army. I recognize that emblem, but I can't tell where it's actually from. Welcome back, Dr. Freeman. Is that... God, I can't remember it now. I cannot remember the name. Oh, God. Let's look at his unit image. Oh, wait, let me look. So Dr. Freeman is who we're looking for. Because I noticed there's a bunch of Easter eggs in this. I kind of wish I could select new or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Oh, there's Freeman. Unit leader Freeman. I was expecting to see something from the game that I'm thinking of, because that image looks like it's from the I can't think of it now, and it's killing me. Keeping up with the times. Vault 24 wasn't intended as an experiment vault in Project Safe House. However, the residents of the vault seem to have deployed a strange fascination with time, so much so that their impressive technical abilities seem almost secondary to this strangeness. When questioned by our troops and representatives, they only answered in cryptic sentences, and when questioned further, only said that we would come to understand it in time. Suffice to say, the officer in charge was ready to annihilate the entire vault, but decided against it. Curiously, when we checked the data logs, our emissaries to the vault appears to have spent far longer time inside the vault than outside. Our techs say it might be an issue with our system's internal chronometers, but for now, we're willing to let Vault 24 become another version of Vault City in the Wasteland. Oh, is there like another space and time inside the vault? Because that'd be kind of crazy. Who is this doctor they speak of? The Sands of Time. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Bald eagles. Since retaking the nursery, our biologists and genetic engineers have been hard at work trying to recreate extinct pre-war species. Chief among them is our national symbol, the bald eagle. We've been hampered by the fact the nursery wasn't exactly stocked with birds, wasn't very high on Diana's list. While we're willing to overlook that, attempts to re-engineer it from what we had were slow at best. Then we found Vault 96, what was supposed to be an ark of genetic material for repopulation. But of course, Vault Tech found a way to mess it up. The vault is largely decayed and abandoned, but aside some looting and a mess of the X001 chamber, its genetic bays remain largely untouched. Scouring it, our excavation teams have found a trove of untouched genetic material for the bald eagle, and we have had them sent west to the nursery under heavy escort. Like America, our national bird shall rise again. So where eagles fly? Make them massive with 2 heads. Dude, that'd be hilarious. Freeing Phoenix. Phoenix has seen better days, and in the Wasteland, that's saying something. As the economic center of the Legion, it was prime target for the Air Force, and it has left the city in utter ruins. Of course, this is nothing new in Phoenix. In the decades that followed the Great War, the city became a breeding ground for chaos and tyranny. A fanatical cult? Fanatical, Jesus. Cult, the Church of the Holy Fire, rose from the ashes of a pretty pacifist and humanitarian religious group, with its members being mostly dedicated to the collection and preservation of pre-war books. Of course, nothing stays the same in the Wasteland, preaching a twisted doctrine of fire and rebirth and holding the city in a grip of terror. However, as Caesar's Legion expanded its brutal empire across the southwest, Phoenix transformed into a major economic hub under their control. Infamous as a massive slave trading center that fueled the Legion's war machine, our campaign was just another piece in Phoenix's sordid history post-war. Since the city's liberation, all markings of the Legion were demolished, and the surviving population was liberated and given the chance to rebuild their lives under our protection. Ironically, the old slave-holding pens are now housing captured Legionnaires as we figure out what to do with them. The city's infrastructure was revitalized with a focus on restoring essential services and rebuilding the iconic Arizona state capitol, symbolizing the return of lawful governance to the region and not wasteland tyranny. We've since seen Phoenix reinstated as the capital of Arizona, marking a new era of prosperity and freedom. The reclamation of Phoenix was celebrated as a major victory, not only for the United States of America, but for all who believe in the promise of a renewed America. Right? What do we do? The Legionnaires. Jesus. Okay. It's funny reading it out the way they have it sometimes, because it's like, bro, what is this? Restore NORAD, let's go. Okay, so we have a few more that are about to pop, too, from the rebuilding the Rockies. Oh, okay. Lincoln's Air Base. Okay, that's just an air base. Everything bigger in Texas. Texas Commonwealth, enough said. Not even a nuclear war could keep Texas down, nor could the Brotherhood, the Rio Republic, Super Mutants, or Santa Ana's robots. The Texas Commonwealth, which pre-war represented the state of its namesake, and Arkansas, will be the first true deviation from pre-war Commonwealth system. This is because Oklahoma has been integrated into the Texas Commonwealth for administrative purposes. Having formerly been placed in the Great Midwest Commonwealth, the lands of Texas, despite being civilized, are still rumored to be dangerous, and it is advised to travel with well-armed caravans or with authorized U.S. Army convoys. That little jingle that they did there actually took a while. That was a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. A lot of, God, I cannot speak right now. Oh my God. It was a lot longer than I thought. Let's take the Great White North now, because we're currently restoring NORAD. We have this Heartland Revitalization also, which costs us 350k, but it's pretty big. And we get an event called our Heartbeats, which is kind of cool, so I do want to take that. Okay, let's unpause. Oh God, we have so many more options now. Let's just take them all. Let's arm some more mini nukes. We're getting down to Florida. Finally. Oh. Oh, because we're at war against them, but we don't actually have any points because we didn't fight them. Yeah, okay. Who was that anyway? Oh, I think that was up here. I think that was at the Raven Rock. I kind of wish the Eastern Reconstruction Authority did their stuff a bit faster, because it'd be cool to fight, like, the Eastern one when we were, like, the Western one. Like, when we're both under this name instead of, like, the United States. But it looks like you can actually rebuild America with them also, which is actually pretty cool. Oh, God. That thing looks horrendous. What? If only Drill Instructor Barnes could see him now. One of our more promising Marine officers has made waves in the new established Marine Corps. His exploits in numerous hazardous environments that are expected for power armor has earned him a reputation for getting the job done. Furthermore, when he was acting as an opposing force during a joint training with the Army, he was essentially a one-man army. Now, ideally, we would prefer such an individual to fight in the field, but a recent run-in with a mutant mantis shrimp, has left him unable to perform field work. In fact, we thought he died. Instead, he has thrown himself into command and administration work, becoming a rising star in the Marine Corps, and has been selected to be promoted ahead of his peers. General Adrian Shepard, welcome. So is this somebody random, or is this also an Easter egg? Oh God, what is... Oh, that's dude in power armor. Okay. So Adrian Shepard. His last name Shepard makes me think of, God. Dude, what is going on in my brain right now? Oh my God. Oh, there he is. Dude, he has a cool portrait. I dig that. What? Oh, yep, and he's in... Okay, you're going to be put in charge of my Marines when they come out, my guy. Because you actually have a decent spread across this. You have Marine Commander, Strong, Invader, Aqua Boy / Girl, and Local Leader. Yeah, you're going to be my Marine Unit Commander when you pop out. Strong back would be pretty good too, because non-out-of-combat supply penalty is... but that gives super mutant stuff. I don't really care for that. Probably giving you infantry bonuses would be best. Yeah, out of everything we have here, infantry... Ooh, wait, but we have these here. Extra Marine supply grace would be nice, but... We do, we have full control of the, of the ocean seas, so there's really nothing we can't do. Is there actually a way to see how many I could take here? I didn't think about that. Or is it just one trait because it shows one here? I think it's one trait per level, right? Which he's level 4, and he has only 2 traits here, technically. We'll go amphibious to see. Okay, so that is just one, so it just showed 1 there. We'll take that just in case we got to land next to a port. They'll have a lot more, they'll have a few more days of supply. But yeah, that's definitely going to be our Marine Commander when we get our Marines out. So we're only, what, 900 Marine power armor in debt. Let's just get a bunch more. I want a full stack of Marines. Oh. Raiders of Ash. I should probably train a lot more because we're going to be island hopping a bunch. Erasing the monster of the East. New Mexico bears the scars of Lannis and the Legion populations wiped out. Entire towns depopulated. And in their place are the Latin names that the Legion only knew as a parody of what they actually were. If we're going to erase the Legion, and especially Lannis, We're going to start right here in New Mexico. And of course, no better place than Camp Red Sun. The Red Sun City itself managed to pay off Lannis through tribute and slave caravans. If nothing more than for survival, better to sell a few heads than wind up dead, as they say. However, the eastern half of the city was given over to the Legion as payment, and it shows. When we tore through the region, many who had served under Lannis defended the city as if it was some holy site, and now engineer and construction teams are going to tear it all down. Of course, there remains the situation of the city's name as well as the surrounding areas. How am I supposed to know to take a right turn at Albuquerque? Red Sun East will be fine. Nope, let's rename it. Old names, old names. Something I'm thinking about doing, because there are some of you guys who want me to do the world domination, and I kind of wanted to do the world domination, and some of you guys want me to reinstate countries. I'm probably going to take everything, and then I'll reinstate it afterwards. Because I want to do just a full world domination first, is the thing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Reorganizing Austin. In Austin, it almost looks like the bombs never fell, a vital member of the Texan Economic Union. The wealth gained has restored much of the city, its central location in the state, and its situation on the West Brazos means that money and trade flowed through the city, and it was able to afford a well-supplied guard. Of course, that guard force is also the only way you could tell the bombs fell. The place is the center of power for the super mutant Keats and the unity of Austin. I wonder if there's a mod for Fallout 4 that instead of like building like your little settlements, it'll let you build up like an entire city area. I wonder if that's a thing. I kind of want to look into that because I would so love to do like a hardcore Fallout 4 playthrough, but be able to rebuild like a city instead of like settlements here and there. I really do wonder if that's a thing, because that would be crazy if we could build a city. We don't know who was more surprised when we arrived with our experience in the West Coast. It was quite a shock to see a city where humans and mutants lived peacefully together. Well, mostly peacefully anyway. To those of Austin, they were equally as shocked at the fact that they were looking upon an enclave that accepted mutants, including super mutants. Apparently, they've heard rumors about the United States of America, but never truly believed it. Keats was a little hesitant to hand over the reins of the city to us, though. After negotiation, he finally relented, if nothing more than for the fact that since Austin is home to many super mutants in Texas, residing in the capital means that Texas lawmakers will think less about adopting California's stringent anti-mutant laws and more about keeping Texas free and open. Well, it's Austin. I don't like super mutants. Yeah, well, it's Austin. Reclaiming Oklahoma City. In the opening hours of the Great War, Oklahoma City was spared destruction and only a single bomb detonated in the city. However, the chaos after the war led to its downfall, and with the remnants of the Oklahoma National Guard forming up elsewhere, the city fell from grace. Okay, so there were still some cities that were actually alive after the bombs fell. That's actually cool. This is what I was talking about of like playing a soldier or something like that pre-war. Like, as the bombs fell, maybe you were in an area that didn't get hit as hard, and you're just playing, like, more of an apocalyptic style playthrough of just pre-war, and then you're learning about pre-war America and, like, other pre-war countries, and maybe you come across, like, other communist factions and stuff like that. I feel like that would be super cool. The city fell from grace. Those in the city soon found themselves the targets of Chickaw? Yeah, Chickaw, Muskogee, oh god, Chickaw Muskogee coalition as the 3 years drove on, with the native coalition deciding a city of raiders was not in their best interest. That didn't mean that the city benefited from the coalition's gambling empire, and instead, native soldiers watched over and kept peace. Oklahoma City soon began serving as a center for caravan trade, its economy driven by goods moving overland through the region and down the Canadian River. So long as they paid those in Big Spend, what difference did it make what they did in the meantime? If anything, the increase in trade meant they could funnel weapons to Big Spend and elsewhere and avoid the ire of casino families. Despite its resilience, the city's potential remained untapped, overshadowed by the coalition's other interests. This is, of course, identified Oklahoma City as a key location for our efforts to reestablish order in the Midwest, reorganizing the city's strategic position along major trade routes and its historical significance, as well as semi-independence from the casinos. Since our return, we've replaced the native casino enforcers, swiftly restoring a long-lost essential infrastructure, revitalized the city's trade routes, and began a campaign to tying the local economy to out west. The Canadian River trade has been expanded, and the new technologies were introduced to enhance agricultural production and resource management in the surrounding areas. A modern boomtown. So we're actually getting a lot of infrastructure out here for free. Remnants of a forgotten cause. Dude, that looks crazy. Okay, Texas looks like it'd be kind of fun to play too. Especially because like that super mutant in that suit looked pretty cool. Texas, of course, brings its own case of super mutants. Originally set forth to revive the Master's goal, the death of Addis at the hand of Nascent Texas Brotherhood fractured the super mutants under the three of Addis's former lieutenants. In Austin, Keats tried to revision the ideas of the Master as a true unity, while Shao clung to the remnants of the past. Juggernaut's just a rabid dog, while of course many will have to be put down. Some from Texas speak that many are good people that just want to live peacefully. Interesting. Gun them all down. We have no time for mutants. The ideals of Austin are the ideals of America. We lose some more stability, but it's available because we have integrated mutants. Siren of Oklahoma. In the remains of Oklahoma lies one of the most disturbing discoveries we've ever made. We're unsure if we had a hand in it, or if it was some twisted corruption of man, science, and greed. A pre-war experiment dedicated to the psionic potential of FEV. Every aspect of this freak show has our soldiers on edge, and what's worse are the mindless thralls that were once common wastelanders. A few security logs show they once did battle with the remnants of the Oklahoma National Guard, using these mindless thralls as expendable infantry. Now that we're in control, it's best to let this one die. The very notion of breaking someone's free will is enough to send shivers down one's spine. Imagine if a purist or some human super mutant, supremacist, got a hold of these recordings. They could destroy everything the United States has worked for up until this point. Everything in regard to this cursed facility will be destroyed and buried, with a cover story about the Oklahoma National Guard and mutants from a West Tech FEV facility. Study the recordings. This will be useful in future updates. So it doesn't do anything right now. Leave no traces. Hey, one of their songs is labeled "Wake Me Up." Wake me up inside. Then it's off to the Lone Star. More than a few scholars would consider Lone Star to be the hub of Texas. Built along the prosperous I-10 and I-20 trade routes, Lone Star was bound to become a hotspot within Texas. Due to it being the center of commerce, however, law and order managed to prevail, for the most part, over the various merchants and gangs of the area, and Lone Star was no stranger to combat. Chow Bang and the lawmen managed to keep the gangs and even super mutants at bay, still retaining their power within the old Texas Economic Union. They even went toe-to-toe with Santa Ana at one point just prior to our arrival. Today, as America returns east, the city has happened on something of an economic boom and renaissance as settlers and merchants move through the city to greener wastes along with the large military contingent setting up at Dye's Air Force Base and Fort Hood. The heart of Texas beats strong. The I-10 from the hub to the Lone Star is open. So the heart of Texas beats strong. That gives us 6 infrastructure there. That's actually really good for us. Twice in 400 years. Our survivors are still sifting through the wreckage of what could be millions of robots piled up outside the Alamo chapter's former fortress. What happened here is a tragedy on an immeasurable scale, and many want to see a memorial erected to the brave defenders of the Brotherhood who gave their lives to defend against the Mexican Titan. Remember the Alamo, clean it up. So we can clean it up and get resources, but nope, remember the Alamo. Make that a monument. For many years, or for many, oh, for God. Oh, that's what happens when you just read constantly. I just, for some reason, my brain's just like, for many years, and it's like, no, for many, the idea of the Enclave's Texas branch is nothing more than a myth, with many ranking officials refusing to answer any questions on the matter. For others, it's a hidden treasure trove of technology and wonder akin to the lost city of Atlanta, Georgia, or Del Rado. In recent weeks, there have been numerous complaints from the commanders of troops going on leave in and around El Paso in search of this enigmatic base, with a few even being injured as a result. Good luck if you want to find it. So Gets event tracking the Texclave. It will be found when it's ready. Gets event track. Let's try to find it. I don't know, man. There's so many Enclave factions. Because I've also thought about, for the next episode, continuing with playing Enclave factions as continuing, like, this series. As, like, making this just a whole Enclave series. But with the other factions not reforming the United States again. Because this has been... whew, man. But, like, trying to do other objectives. Like, you know, taking out, like, major factions and stuff like that. What was the RRG's problem has now become our problem. Texas Arms Association was one of the largest, because I thought about doing the MacArthur playthrough also, because I do like the idea of MacArthur there, because we're still on the West Coast. Like we'd have the like the Western Brotherhood, we had like the NCR, the Legion, like a bunch of factions like that. Arms Association was one of the largest third-party weapons manufacturers in the pre-war era. They managed to survive the Great War simply by having more guns than anyone else. Of course, having all those guns meant they sold guns to everyone else, and post-war aligned with the RRG as their largest buyers of weapons. While many within the TAA still wish to sell weapons, we have zero intention of allowing them the same kind of freedom that the RRG was forced to accept. Simply because we have more guns than them, of course. That leaves the residents of the estate, which is its own city by this point. They can have the factory, that's it. The Last Patrol. Rumors of American ghoul or American ghosts reached even into California. Of course, when we found Major General Harrison and his forces still clinging onto the American dream, we didn't believe it. While by now any lineage to their actual units are long gone, the remnants of the Oklahoma National Guard still walk the waste, and many of them are willing to serve the United States and the Enclave in this endeavor. While many are hesitant to allow them in, especially seeing as they are being led by near feral ghoul, their prowess and skill cannot be overlooked. General Harrison, welcome aboard. Maintain the units, let their patrol end. So the Last Patrol joins the Enclave, so we gain war support and stability. The Last Patrol joins the Enclave, as does their leader. Yeah, we're gonna bring in their leader. Why not? The Waste's greatest entertainer. KXLL station was an attempt by the federal government, by the Federal Communications Commission, to ignite hatred against communism and buy more American products by subliminal means. Sadly, it was never deployed on mass scale thanks to the Great War. Cutting plans short. Enter Mr. Entertainment, an enigmatic fellow who found the old equipment and has been slowly spreading his influence across the wasteland. Now, when we confront him about it, He claimed he was only doing it for the betterment of the people, pointing to the lowered levels of violence in areas where his TVs are set up. He has graciously given over his studio, equipment, team, and his own charms to assist us in recreating America. This is fine, nothing to worry about. We lose legitimacy. Take out the mind control, keep the rest. We could use it to reprogram Raiders and the Legion. I like that idea. To reprogram Raiders and the Legion. That actually gives us legitimacy too. Because we're still not at max legitimacy. Oh, these units that they have. These like ghoul units that joined us were actually... Oh, because the T-51 BPA power armor is considered our best power armor right now that we got. And so it filled these units with the best equipment. So the T-51 BPA and then the M4A1 carbines. But their unit templates aren't that bad. This is all... Well, I said not that bad. It is actually bad. Never mind. I'm kind of dumb. That is bad. Dude, just cutting through this kudzu is taking forever. Like, oh my god.
That's a new one.
Okay, I think these guys are... No, it's not them. Who are the ones that are attached to this army group here? I can't remember. They're all the same color is the issue right now.
Who the hell is this? The president? Who the hell is this?
Because one of you guys is attached to this.
Who the hell is this? The president?
Like, just has their troops just not arrived? Oh, there's only 3 divisions there. I guess they are split across everywhere, yeah.
This is Enclave main comm.
Well, let's just push into the south here. Because once we reach here, we'll start seeing troops from St. Petersburg. I need to also continue building infrastructure. Because our infrastructure stops here. Which isn't good. Especially because we're about to be fighting a war down here. Let's get a hub set up here too. Let's get one here, and one here. And then let's just kind of connect these like that. And then actually, let's do this too. I'm going to build a port here and a port here to help with supply in this area. And then let's do roads going up this way for you guys. Because as you can see, this supply hub here is getting really, really overworked right now. Why is this cut off here? Supply not connected to the capital. Oh, is one of these roads not built then? I'm assuming? Because I'm guessing they're getting this from this here right now. Is what's happening there. I thought about placing some ports on this river just now, but I'm a little afraid to do that because I don't think we have any range right there. Actually, I think we do now that we have this area here, like these islands. That might give us range over here. And that way... Oh, it does, yeah. It just barely gives us range into that area. What's going on down here? Oh.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
I didn't realize these guys were here still. I'm at an in-between on moving these guys or not because it's like... What happens if something like a naval invasion actually pops down here?
That's a new one.
Oh, I think that's actually one of the... That's the group I have up here. Yeah, it's one of those guys. I'm actually going to remove them from here. From these fronts. There we go. And then...
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
I'm going to have you kind of just stretch across here just in case we do get naval invaded by somebody. Okay, Marines, I need you guys to train up faster. Legacy of Saint Labowitz? When we arrived in Santa Fe, we were eager to get the old Santa Fe Railroad up and running to assist in moving supplies further east, as well as restore the old state capital to assist in controlling New Mexico. We knew Lannis ransacked the old city in 2275. However, what we weren't expecting was for there to be survivors of his wrath. Through hiding, smuggling, memorizing, and guile, the remnants of the Archdiocese of Santa Fe have managed to survive, and we're protected by a cohort of converted legionnaires to the Christian faith. The monks and bishops of Santa Fe have managed dot save relics. I don't okay. Of the old world right under the Legion's nose. While hesitant, they are willing to work with us given we didn't exactly shoot them on sight. Interesting to note is the Archdiocese might be the last non-Mormon or insane Christian left on the continent. Something more than a few members of the Enclave are pleased about. This is, of course, all an interesting side note, as we are eager to get the trains up and running for our push east and restore the new Mexican state government. Fascinating. So 5 infrastructure in Santa Fe. NORAD's finally online, man. The president today oversaw the resumption of operations at the North American Aerospace Defense Complex in Cheyenne Mountains. To a crowd of military officials and a few onlookers who happened to be in the Colorado Springs area at the time, the president thanked the hard work of the men and women who managed to get the old base back up and running, as well as reinforcing the point that the United States of America is here to protect America, and that this was a vital part of America's defense. Operations at the complex are expected top open. I think it will be 2 open up in the coming days, and the Air Force is eager to begin operations. I feel safer already. So United States completes focus DEFCON. Oh, it automatically completes DEFCON for us. We don't actually have to take that. Nice. Okay, so we don't have to waste time on that once we finish our next national focus. So that gave us DEFCON, which with DEFCON, we can come down here, and now we can link to NORAD, and then we can get the nuclear question. Ah, yes. Bring back Salt Lake City. Or bringing back Salt Lake City. In the aftermath of the Great War, Salt Lake City was left in ruins and was more or less abandoned for some time. Aside from roving scavengers and trader caravans, the city fell under the control of the Mormons of New Canaan, who tried to bring stability and faith to the region as well as rebuild the old city to its pre-war glory. However, their efforts were eventually hampered by the relentless assaults of the White Leg tribe in the 80s, as well as the corporation and degradation of New Canaan Mormons. By the time we successfully flew the Stars and Stripes once again, flew over the city, it had clearly seen better days, and it looked as if the bombs had dropped once more. Aside from the glowing green snow, the city has undergone a massive restoration effort. If nothing more, it's not only a on vital caravan route, Jesus, but river caravans are eager to sell the Snake River in earnest. The damaged infrastructure was rebuilt, and the Mormons who sided with us have begun work restoring the iconic Salt Lake Temple. Most importantly, however, we've officially reinstated the city as the capital of Utah, with the Utah government working with the military to establish law enforcement and reconstitute the Utah National Guard to hunt down and finish off the last of the White Legs and 80s in the state. Good to hear. Good news, everyone. Oh, there's actually still some navies lingering around here. Our scavengers return triumphant. We got old world extraction schematics. So can you not actually get the tech upgrades from this, like the sophisticated, intermediate, stuff like that? I thought you could, or do you just get bonuses? Who are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting. I just realized we're actually fighting the Florida Enclave here, the assembly. Oh God, that's back again. You can go away, good sir. Thank you. Oh, the rocket's ready. Let's go. Let's send off another rocket into the stratosphere. Let's install police force, construct. Perfect. Launch the rocket. Let's also prepare some more mini nukes. I feel like we probably have a lot of mini nukes. What base is considered closest out here? I'm gonna say Cannon Air Force Base.
This is Enclave main
And we can get some Sigma teams here. And then with these Sigma teams, I can just throw them into a group. Oh no, they're defending that over there. Okay, these guys are actually pushing through over here. So I'll have one of you go there. And then one of you will go there. The DEFCON system. The defensive readiness condition, or DEFCON, is the matter at which the military will be prepared for combat. Each level gives a series of buffs toward the whole of the military and enhances their capabilities as a fighting force. However, the higher on the list it goes, the greater social unrest, war support, as well as political power gain is affected. The DEFCON levels are DEFCON 1, highest attack, highest movement, greatest production, but slashes political power gain and war support with the highest state of social unrest. It is also only available for 30 days, in which case it must be chosen again. DEFCON 2, higher attack, higher movement, greater production, but lower political power gain and war support. DEFCON 3, high attack, high movement, high production, but lower political gain and war support. DEFCON 4, buff to attack, movement, production, but debuff to political power and war support. DEFCON 5, standard DEFCON level, and provides no buffs or debuffs. Seems straightforward, so add DEFCON 5, which grants political power gain and other bonuses. Let's go look at that. Okay, here we go. 1,000 PP DEFCON 5 costs, and it only lasts 5 days. Or DEFCON 1. Oh my god, we get 25 division attack, 25% production efficiency growth. We lose 60% weekly war support. We lose dude, this is like a all hands on deck. We are about to lose the game. Click there. We'll go to DEFCON 3 for 100 though, because that's not bad, I don't think. Wait, we can take more than one. I think it just replaces it though. So let's prepare another rocket too while we're sending that one into space. Oh. Wait, Honduras never fell from that. Oh my god. That last little contingent of motorized was what was left. And oh my god, dude, they actually had a lot of Navy left apparently. The Chichen Itza. Okay, America among the stars. The launch went off without a hitch. After reaching stable orbit, the astronauts proceeded to perform a number of scientific tests that while a boot... Okay, so we've already read this. This is the same one that we've read before. Way up in the Northern Commonwealth. Yes, it's cold. A successful mission. Now, we could also do the National Recon Office now, too. Since we're attached to DEFCON. But I want to do the nuclear option here. Dude, oh my god. You know what there needs to be? There needs to be an Easter egg with Jack Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow. for a naval admiral. That would be hilarious. I would love that so much if that was a thing. That just sounds awesome. Dude, this kudzu overgrowth has taken us so long to cut through. Like, it is crazy. Realistically, it would take us this long. But part of it, too, is just because of our infrastructure. We're needing roads, supply hubs, just a lot of stuff. Which all of it's getting built at the same time because we have that amount of civilian factories to be able to constantly build them all at once. Looks like up north, too, we probably need some... Yeah, oh my god, yeah. We kind of left the northern section to its own devices, and it didn't go over too well. Especially because this is probably where it's going to be linked up to where our fighting is going to be once we reach east. Because this is where it's actually connected to, is down here. And then let's do naval bases. Get max level naval bases in a lot of these areas. Just to help with supply. Okay, there's a straight right here too. That's actually perfect. So I can do this, this, this. We're just gonna build out a lot of these in different areas too. Perfect, and that'll get us some naval supply there. Once this links up here, though, this will be a lot better too for us. Just get a long road going that way. Jesus, man. I still don't understand how this isn't linked up. The only thing I can think of is because it's... some of these roads might have not been finished yet. But I feel like once it hits level 1, it'll technically connect it to the capital. Like, all these are good. But I don't see why that one, like, by itself isn't good. Like, yeah, like, some of these are like that. Huh. But... let's keep it going a little bit longer. So like I said, these guys over here definitely need this supply more than anything. Let's get you guys some supply. Oh, we actually had naval bases and stuff here. I did not realize that. So there were supply hubs through here and stuff. It's just they weren't connected with roads anywhere. I see. So I think once we get a lot of these actually connected, we should be good then. And then, yeah, we need one going out this way. One going out this way a little bit. Because what I could do is here, connect that there, and then throw a naval port here. I could actually just throw a naval port up here, too. And this will help them for a little bit. Oh, we actually have one here also, another supply hub. So yeah, there's like hidden supply hubs around that just aren't connected to any roads, is the thing. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's check our naval stuff going on right now. So some more naval fighting going on over here. Oh, prosecution of Will Faster. Will Faster, once the leader of Two Sons. Oh, dang. Okay, that's been a minute since we defeated Two Sun, too. Sat chained to a desk in Harlong Correctional Institute under military guard. His crimes had been read to him: acts of terrorism, acts of war, sedition towards the government of the United States, aiding and abetting the enemy of the United States, leading an illegal rebellion against the government of the United States. He tried so hard to explain that he had no choice. The Legion caught wind of treachery. He would be crucified along with his people. Everything he did for the protection of his people. His plea, however, fell on deaf ears as the charges were laid plain and bare. He made one last plea to the president, writing an open letter that everything he had done for his people, and that while he may have committed these crimes, it was to save the city of Two Sons and the people within the city from being sent to death in the Legion or used as sex slaves for the Legion. Tell it to the judge. Trial will conclude in 30 days. I'm going to pardon him. Ah. Huh. I'm going to pardon him. I want to see what happens for that. And then, yeah, let's find a leader. Let's see if we can hit the treasure trove on that. I just want to see what happens if we pardon him, because that's the first time we're ever able to actually pardon someone like that. So I am curious what will happen. Will it make people mad?
This is Enclave main comm.
Yeah, just keep pushing. I know a lot of you guys are getting attritioned out here now. But once you finish this area off, you can come back up here and be pretty good. The free city is now under our control. Oh, nice. Yeah, they're pushing so much faster now. They have supply up here. Oh, this has been a minute from we did this. So Thunder over the Pacific. The discovery of Chinese ghouls has brought forth talk that maybe, quite possibly, China survived as well. The mere existence of the Enclave gives credence to that thought, and our knowledge of our secret, dark past means that quite possibly they will have less than good intentions. We hope to play them off until the world returns from one of... What? We hope we hoped to play them off until word returned from from one of our trade ships docked in Hawaii. In the harbor was docked a large sailboat, and it was flying the flag of China. Nothing happened between the two, though the captain reports of stares between their sailors and ours. Being, of course, our trade ship flew the flag of the reunited States. The ships were soon underway without incident, but word got out and is spreading like wildfire. Many have raised a petition and even funds for an expedition across the Pacific to see if maybe, just maybe, China survived. Several issues with such an expedition are being addressed, but the most pressing issue is most of us don't actually know Chinese. Thank God for the she. The expedition begins. Surely we could bring Robco translate. We got other issues to worry about. Come back later. The specter still looms. Dude, so we can actually see if China's still over there. Or if it's like the Chinese enclave. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot, that we might be able to actually find out. If it's updated in here, that we might be able to find out. I feel like both sides would be like, hey, look what happened. Let's not continue this. But at the same time, it is China. China in the Fallout universe is very, very rough. The expedition begins. Let's do it.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Okay, I just need one of you to push towards that capital, please. We're Hudson Traders. We're finally almost into Florida, dude. Could you imagine? Say you're like a citizen or like a border guard for the St. Petersburg people, and you're over here, you're like guarding against the kudzu, because you can imagine the creatures in this that's like hiding in the kudzu, and you're sitting there, and in the distance, all you see is like smoke over the horizon that's slowly and slowly getting closer and closer, and all you think is, oh, maybe something pre-war blew up out there, and then all of a sudden, all you see are just Enclave Black Power armored troops, like coming out of the kudzu at you, just instantly just baring their fangs. Oh, we haven't made it there yet, so that's with them. Okay. So yeah, the Eastern Construction Authority has been waging war a little bit. They're not doing too hot. Like they're killing off some people out of the rubble. Okay, so it's just a new city that sprouted. You're just sitting there, and all the command gets from these guys is like, oh hey, you know, news from Tallahassee. Wait, Tallahassee has fallen. What are you talking about? A military force came out of the kudzu. Wait, what? I could just imagine the comms coming out from these guys as just so many troops just rush out of the kudzu. Oh, they just instantly met us here.
Enclave here.
We're taking Tallahassee. We're coming for it. We finally made it into Florida. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay. We are currently 2.5 hours in. I am probably just going to end the episode here for today, because the next episode will probably be the last episode, honestly, because I feel like we'll be able to get a lot of the rest of the construction done for a lot of the, like, you know, national focus tree, to like learn about kind of what happened and stuff. We're still, maybe, I don't know, maybe the next episode won't be the last episode, because we still have to naval invade a lot of this, and I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. I feel like it'll probably be easy, because with our unit templates are kind of strong. We're getting our Marines trained up too for these, because I really want to do the Marines as the naval invasion force instead of using like basic infantry and stuff. I kind of want to hold true to actually using the Marines for that, which is what I'm really hoping for. But, you know, if you guys are new here, consider liking, subscribing, and or commenting on the video. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm and just helps us grow as a whole. We're currently at 9,963 subscribers. We're so close to 10,000, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me. That is absolutely nuts that we are this close. I thought it was going to be closer to the end of the year before I hit 10,000, or even if I was going to hit 10,000 by the end of the year, because that was my goal, was to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. But you guys are absolutely killing it. You're making it possible for me. I thank you guys so much. And, you know, Night Ops out.